Oh, goodness. It's so great to see you. Don't you look
Thank you.
good?
Thank you. It's been a long time.
Yes. And I was just putting together something because it's International Women's Day today. So I was like, I can't let that go
I
uncelebrated.
love that.
On loving kindness.
I didn't even know that. Well,
Yes.
well, that's serendipitous, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Hi, Dana. Forrest Elf.
Hi, hold on. I have to open the
Forrest
door.
Elf has been having connectivity issues.
I have a terrible. Yes, well, it seems like whenever I'm out in the backyard studio, the Wi-Fi is terrible. It's really frustrating. I'm gonna have to call and complain like good consumers do. It's good to see you, Janie.
Thank you. It's nice to see you too. Hi, Mary.
I was the same way. I was like,
Wow! How are you?
Great to see you.
I'm well, thank you.
Great to see you.
Good to see you guys. Ooh, I
Great to
feel
see
so
you guys
good.
too, buddy.
We're still here every day.
I know. I'm just so like awed that it's all still here happening for Kate, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I have to say, I think we're often in awe as well. Like, wait,
Yeah.
have we really been doing this every day for almost a year? I mean,
I
it
know.
is pretty incredible. Yeah.
It's
I think
incredible.
today might be the 11-month anniversary. I think we started, oh no, April 18th. Sorry, not 8th. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Right.
coming up.
Well, I think we need to have a little toast on the day that's exactly a year.
Oh yeah.
That would be great. A little champagne.
For sure, for
We were
sure.
trying to think of the exact date, and I remembered that it was about a week after my birthday. So if it was the 18th, then it's exactly a
Okay,
week.
I can look at what it was because I have, yeah, it was April 18th.
All right. That's easy to remember. Okay. Wow.
April 18th.
Yes. Because my document with all of our things on it is now 56 pages long.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I keep that shared document where I put, I don't have all of Astrid's, but I have all the ones that I've led, and it's 56 pages long now. So
Makes me
cool.
so happy.
Yeah.
It really does. All of you are amazing. Thank you. I love you.
Yeah.
It's an incredible concept. It really is.
It is.
Well, what updates do you want to give us, Janie? Or
Well,
not to grill you, but it's
yeah,
been a
no,
while.
I'll give
Here
you
you are.
a quick and dirty. So last month they had to take me off my treatment because I was having strong side effects from it. And it was, so I had 4 months, once a month, of 2 immunotherapy drugs, and they're combined, it's a pretty heavy hit, but we decided that would be the right thing up front. But then cumulatively, by the time I got the last infusion, I was getting really bad migraine headaches, and then my liver started thinking that, well, my body started thinking the liver needed to be attacked. So it got inflamed, and my blood numbers went high, and so they put me on steroids, and I stopped my infusions for a month, and I feel great because steroids do that, and it just yeah, it calms everything down. And but now I'll probably start all the liver numbers are back to normal, and I'll probably start coming off of that steroid so that I can go have my next infusion in a couple of weeks. And my first quarterly scans came in, and I think all in all they looked good. There's no new cancer. I didn't have much to begin with, and there's just a smidge less in 2 little lymph nodes, which are real close to where the original tumor was. So it's kind of a long process. I have another year of just one of those immunodrugs. So I'm dropping the one that kind of causes the heavy side effects. And so I've got another year to go on this monthly treatment. And I think, that it's just going to take some time for the cancer to go away, because it's it's a kind of a pesky one. So I'm learning as I go about it all. So,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I do feel I'm in a really good headspace, heart space. And I took a really cool writing course that I love, and it really is great. It's kind of a very therapeutic type of writing. And I'm about to take a workshop called Out of the Maze. It's by an English woman who is a cancer survivor, but she's in transformational mindset facilitation, and that's kind of her work. But she's now like pretty much just offering workshops for people who have cancer. And the way she talks about it is adding fear medicine to your treatment plan. And she sounds remarkable. So, I'm just exploring a lot. I have a spiritual counselor at this institute in Seattle. I have a social worker, and I'm really on a sort of like exploring my spiritual growth right now.
Oh.
These are things that I never expected. I mean, as my husband says, and he's joking, cancer's been the best thing for Janie. I mean, that's not true, but you know how these adversities, you're either going to, you're going to embrace it however you do. And this is how I am. And I just feel good.
Yeah. What a gift. Thank you for sharing that all with us. It's so inspiring.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, so inspiring.
What is the fear medicine?
Well, so what the way that she talks about it is, there's grief and fear that comes up for people, with cancer, as Mary. And so it's just about how I think she's going to create a method to help when you go to that place that is very fearful and doesn't have a lot of rational reasoning and stuff, to get yourself back out of it intact, and having just not being able to kind of rescue yourself, I think, from those times.
Squeezing something useful out of the fear, maybe.
Yeah. And just it's probably it might even be a meditative thing that she's gonna part of it, of just self-talk and stuff like that. I've read her book, which I really like, and I just love her approach. She's a awesome woman.
Can you say her name again, Janie?
Yeah.
Her name is Sophie Sabbage, Sabbage. She's a Brit. It just so happens that her mother is best friends with my neighbor on San Juan Island.
Huh. And is that how you found her, or that's coincidence?
Yeah,
That's
my
how you
neighbor
found her.
lent me the book, and then I ended up buying it. It's called A Cancer Whisperer. She's got a TEDx talk. I could send you the link, which just kind of gives you the essence of her. It's like a 15-minute talk about, kind of mind transformation and stuff. If you're interested, I can send you that link.
Wow.
I'm very interested in that. Thank you. I think I'm looking for anything I can try to use to help Peter. To early on in his process, I talked to him about spirituality and tried to find someone that could help, because he's never been that type of person, really. And I was really concerned about that. I think it's an important building block of your life, period. Whatever you choose to believe. And so I would love to maybe look at her TED Talk and see if it's something that Peter might be open to.
Yeah, and I didn't mention Peter earlier when I was mentioning Mary with the fear, because I know, Mary, you've had cancer, but yeah, Dana, it might speak to him.
I hope so. It's been a long journey so far, and And we've been through a whole, like every emotion that you could possibly have, we've experienced. And so I just want to do, I want to offer anything that I can to help him.
Well, my new like amazing little book that my spiritual counselor told me about is called Just This by Richard Rohr. It's just a sweet little book. It's got so many nuggets. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful little book.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so how are you guys?
I just had round two. That was exciting.
Yeah, Kate and Dana just got their second vaccine, so that's exciting news.
Oh.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I had a little doodle hangout with Kate and Rosaline the morning after you all got your vaccine, so that must have been Sunday morning. And she was not feeling any major side effects. Dana, did you?
I went to bed Saturday because we had our injection Saturday at around 2:30. And I had a little headache. And when I woke up on Sunday, I didn't feel good. And I progressively throughout the day I had like big time chills and body aches. I spent the whole day in bed, basically just reading and goofing off. It's notable to say that I am the kind of person who regularly sleeps in like boxer shorts and a tank top with the window open. And I slept last night with the window firmly shut and long johns, like full on merino wool. And I felt a lot better when I woke up this morning. And as the day's gone on, I feel better. It was interesting too, because everyone except Kevin, who had his vaccine Sunday morning, Emily and Dawson went around 10:30. Kate and Craig were there. We saw them in line. We waved across the parking lot. So we all were in like that same range, and we all had different responses. Emily and Dawson surprisingly felt really bad. It reported that Craig felt pretty poopy, similar to me with the body aches and headaches. I think that she was in there. Rob, my middle baby, was also feeling poopy. He didn't spend any time on the internet chatting with his friends, so that means he was extra not feeling good. It was really, and Peter, God love him, was just chugging along like nothing happened at all. I could not believe that.
Wow.
I know.
So you said Kate got her second one?
Yes, we've all had our second shots now, so that's a great relief. And we had Moderna. I spoke to my parents who had the Pfizer vaccine, and neither one of my 84 and 85-year-old parents had really any kind of a reaction to speak of. They were fine. So I thought that was interesting. If that's what it takes, I'm fine. Yeah, bring it on.
I talked to Kate last night, or just texted with her, and she said that they had gotten Postmates twice, and just Craig was not feeling well at all, really bad headache. And I offered to bring over something, and she said, no, we're good, but just laying low. So hopefully today is a little bit better. I passed my 2-week, past the second mark, and hopefully, I mean, I had the chills for about 3 days, I guess, but then it got into the sweats like I've never gotten before. So and you know, like if that's my worst complaint, then
was it just at night, Mary, the sweats?
No, I didn't have it at home at all. I had it only at work. Which is fortunate because everybody I'm around is medical. And so they're all like, oh yeah, did you get your second one? So they all, I mean, it's worse than any chemo sweats. I never had night sweats or hot. I had hot flash and flushes with chemo, but never, because I never went through menopause. Cancer took care of that for me. Okay. So But yeah, hopefully the sweats will be for you guys not a big deal. But I mean, again, it's
different for everyone.
getting
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
It really is amazing how different it is for people. I just wouldn't have guessed that. But yeah, the sweats are horrible. I'm sorry, Mary. I hate that.
I did have one recovery nurse that I worked with say, "Oh, don't worry, it only lasts 3 weeks." And then, and I was thinking, wow, 3 weeks of this.
Yeah,
But
really.
I'm in the 3rd week, and I, hasn't happened this week for
Yeah.
Good. That's
Yeah.
a
good.
while. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in California, Janie, and I've
Oh.
actually thought of you because I spent a week on the Pacific Coast at a place called Sea Ranch.
Oh
don't know,
yeah, I've
it's-
heard of Sea Ranch.
Yeah,
I've been
so
there.
we went on a vacation. I've been here for a month, staying with one of my very good friends from my, college era days, and she's got 2 6-year-olds, well, twins. She's got 6-year-old twins, and a puppy, and a pretty chaotic household. So I'm here helping out, and I'm going to be here for until April 3rd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we
Nice.
did. So I'm doing a lot of, I'm really enjoying the nice weather and the outdoor walks and
Yeah.
woods and the hills in Berkeley. Everything's green right now.
Oh,
And that
gosh.
week in Sea Ranch, I was thinking of you with the Pacific Coast, all
Yeah.
of you on the Pacific Coast. So
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice. It's nice to know you're on this coast.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Great.
yeah. So that's been good. Yeah, and it's been a long time. I just am so glad to see you, Janie, and
Oh,
and to
thank
hear how
you.
well you're doing and just take
Thank you.
inspiration from it. It's
Thank
just
you.
um,
Well, and I just, I really have missed you guys. And at the same time, it's amazing the amount of time it takes to manage it all and still, and still have a normal life.
mhm.
Manage the medical stuff. Oh,
Right.
my golly.
Right.
All the
Are you
appointments.
back to doing any of your volunteer work with the
Oh,
animals?
Yeah, I never stopped.
Never stopped. Okay.
Never
We've been
stopped
wondering
that.
about the pigs, of course.
Okay, so these little charms, one is for my recently, he left us, Max, my big, beautiful black horse. And the other one was Smokey. But we've also lost another horse, Sis. But that's what they're there for. They're there for their end of life. And, and it's great. We've got these horse translators who tell us what the horses are thinking and when they're ready to go. And I mean, it's all so wonderfully,
oh,
woo woo. And so that, now Sis has wings and she's flying through the pastures and, and so, Missy is probably going down, with the vet's probably gonna, give her a compassionate ending very soon because she just never really revived. I don't think she's moved in a couple of months.
Yeah.
We just put her food in and she's like,
Oh, sweetie.
tips the bowl and eats it, and we have to
Yeah.
give her water in place. And so, yeah, so I think that Missy will probably have a compassionate end of life soon, and then Fred, who knows, he's going to be heartbroken, but we're going to move the goats in with Fred and give him some company. Let's see how that goes. But no, the
Nice to hear
volunteer
that.
work is great, and and I'm just getting out a lot in walks in nature and
Good.
trying.
Good.
Yeah, and that's so healing.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
really is. It really is. I mean, for all of us, that's one thing that connects everyone in this group, that love of nature. Yeah, my son is, I don't know if you remember, Janie was going on to a commune.
Yes, I do remember.
And so he is on the commune now. And the big news is that he's just moved on to dairy duty. So
Oh.
they've got, they had 30 cows, but they don't have the labor to manage that many any longer. So now they've sold 20 of their cows, and I think they have 10 or 11 left. 3 of them they're milking. 4 of them are pregnant, which like he's really excited that he's going to get to see a delivery.
Oh, yeah.
And then 3 or 4 of them are male cows that I think they keep mostly for beef that that they eat.
Yeah. Remind me where the commune is.
It's in central Virginia, so it's probably about two hours from Arlington, kind of if you go right between Richmond and Charlottesville.
Yeah.
And it's, I think it's about 200 acres they own now.
Wow.
What's it called again?
It's called Twin Oaks. And it's a well-known, if you go on YouTube, you'll find like videos about it. And it was established in the 60s. And it's one of the better, longer running, better known intentional communities. And annually in the summer, they host kind of a conference of intentional living communities where, hundreds of people come from around the country who are either on intentional communities or want to start one. And they have, a week-long conference of sharing whatever learning around, governance and businesses, and I'm sure all kinds of stuff, conflict resolution, etc. Which is how we actually found out about it. A friend of ours from DC was going down to the conference, and that got us interested, and we went and visited. And he's been there since October.
He's no longer doing the wasn't he doing
he started on Sawmill, yeah. So and that's been his favorite, but I guess everybody, depending on the labor needs of the whole place, then people
it shifts.
Yeah, shift. And I think what happened with dairy was that a small number of people were doing it more or less full time, and most of those people have decided to move on from the commune. So I think everybody who's able-bodied enough to milk a cow is now milking a cow, is my guess.
Well, I could probably use some advice from him because we just got 2 new calves.
Oh.
It wasn't planned, but the executive director wanted cows. So we have 2 cows, and they've been, they were 3 days old when we got them. So
oh my gosh,
a lot of bottle feeding, and
Wow.
I know nothing about cows.
I don't know that he's that much further beyond you.
These are girl cows.
Mm-hmm.
They're named after jazz singers because the executive director is a jazz singer. There's one like Ma Bell and something else. Anyway.
Well, his first day when he, early on, they like shift and rotate through everything. And on his dairy day, one of the cows had gotten through a fence out of the pasture and was in the woods. And it was they had to like herd this cow out of the woods back into the pasture. And he said, Mom, like cows, are like really big.
They are, yeah.
And they are hard to move.
Yeah, they're very, they don't want to move, they're not moving.
Do you know what kind of cows they are?
I don't know enough cows to even ask that question, Mary.
I worked on a farm in when I lived in Canada, and the guy was a total dick. They had 1 cow, and she had very sharp horns.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, my favorite day that I was there was when she wouldn't do whatever he wanted her to do, and she literally just like lifted him up in the air with her horns. And
oh my gosh, like a pitchfork.
We all should be put in our place. And there it is.
Oh wow.
It was a Guernsey, but her milk, and I'm not a milk person, but every morning we'd have like homemade granola with the cream from the top, and it literally is like yogurt. It is just so, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they process all their milk products themselves. So the cream and yogurt and cheese and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Lucky guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, shall we get going today? Do you think you
No,
might be able to join us more regularly, Janie, or you're not sure?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
but
great.
probably
Good.
yes, more regularly, but irregularly.
Yeah, more regular, but irregular. So we're
Yeah.
pretty much on the same, we're still using this link with the exception of Sundays. Astrid has a link.
Oh,
So
okay.
Astrid's been leading on Sundays.
Okay. I probably have
and
that link somewhere.
She's in kind of
Email.
Astrid funny fashion. She Googles what, like, is it International Squirrel Day or International whatever, and she does a meditation about that day.
Oh God, she is so funny. That's hilarious.
What was it yesterday? Did anybody go?
I didn't.
I was in bed.
You were in bed, yeah. Okay.
I looked at myself in the mirror and then I thought, no, I'm not going to subject anybody to this. I'm just going to go back to sleep.
Yep. And then we occasionally get Chris's as well, some funny.
Oh, yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
this
Chris
is
is
great.
These are
Classic.
great.
He's so great.